All right, good morning, agents. This is Kevin Lauren. I'm the Director of Training and Marketing here at Alta Realty Group. And today we're going to go over ChatGPT and using it in your real estate business. So ChatGPT and OpenAI have really just, I've been using them a ton. I know a lot of other real estate agents and other professionals are starting to rely on it a lot more, and it's a really good idea. So if you're using ChatGPT already, just go ahead and put it in the chat and let me know. I don't think that we have that many agents that are doing it, so I want to make sure that you guys have the tools to, further your business with ChatGPT and make life a little bit more simple for yourself. So there's a lot of different things that we have to do as real estate agents, but these prompts that we're going to go over today and some of these techniques are going to help you in your business. So before we get into today's presentation, I'm going to bring on Bill Seitz, corporate broker for Alta Realty Group, on the line. Good morning, Bill. How are you today?
Good morning, Kevin. Good morning, Alta. We are doing well. We had a little bit of rain last night, so that was good. I don't know how it was up your way, but I'm sure it was probably raining a little heavier.
Oh yeah, it rained pretty darn good. It was still raining this morning, and now we're looking clear, but it's still got a bunch of clouds in the sky. Big puffy clouds.
I think there's a couple little storms going to roll through the rest of the week, so that's kind of feels like it's finally, at least down here, finally some sort of seasonal winter a change.
Yeah, you guys had a dry spell there, man. It's great.
Yeah, it's been a weird one. How's the arm doing post surgery?
Well, we're healing up fine, still in a little bit of pain, but I'm off the pain medicine, which is great because I really don't like that stuff. But I'm doing pretty good, and we're going to be back and better than ever.
Awesome. Well, that's good news. I'm glad that went well for you. It's funny that this is really appropriate that we're doing the AI Chat GPT training this morning, because when I opened up the financials this morning, as I do pretty much daily, just to see what the markets are doing, and the headline was, Google opens its most powerful AI models to everyone, the next stage in its virtual agent push. So very timely, very appropriate that we're going to go into some of this stuff today.
That's pretty funny, but yeah, that's perfect because yeah, we're going to go over all that stuff today.
But before we get started and get Debbie on with a quick mortgage update, I know it's going to be good to have her back on. She's been gone a couple of weeks, but would like to welcome Eva Mariscal. Welcome to the brokerage. Martha Medrano, Reza Glassi, and Janelle Blue, and Lasara Reyes. So have some new agents that have joined the brokerage. So welcome, you guys. And that ties into the broker Tuesday tip that I put out yesterday, which was stay connected. This is the way to stay connected and to thrive within our brokerage. We're not obviously a brick and mortar, small brick and mortar, but since most of us are in different locations around the state of California, this is our home. This is where we stay connected, and this is really important because we not only cover company news, company important information, but this is where we get all of our industry data. This is where we get our industry changes. This is where we get our trainings, and probably most importantly, a lot of our marketing stuff through you, Kevin. So very important that we make this a weekly attendance, or as frequently as possible. We know we do send out the replay, but I think it's just a good overall habit to be on these with us in live, in real time, and you start your day with all this great information. Lastly, everyone should have gotten their 1099 sent out to them by now. And if there's any issues or you have a question, I want to make sure that I leave the corporate number here. And Kevin, maybe you could put it into the replay. We are, our corp. Obviously, a lot of you guys have our personal cell phone numbers. You can also reach us on our corporate line that goes directly to a menu, so you can access who the appropriate person is. And that number is 888-504 5327. And in that menu, you will find our CFO, Abidon Franco, as a choice. That'll go directly to his cell phone or his direct line. And if you have any questions or discrepancies that you need to discuss with him, that would be the great place to go and start that conversation. So, but otherwise, I believe it went out through email, and it's probably authenticated through your social security number.
That's correct. And I also just put in Abidon's email address. So it's finance@altarealtygrp.com. So that's another way that you can communicate with him as well.
Perfect. Well, looking forward to hearing Debbie's update this morning before we get into everyone's most comfortable topic, AI. Not really.
We're going to make it easy today. We're going to make it really easy for you all. All right. Well, with that said, I'm going to bring Debbie Ciccone from Clearview Mortgage on the line. Debbie, good morning. How are you? And it's great to have you back.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you. Yeah, I am, so excited for the start of this year. I'm busy and, I always say this, but just envision that you're busy all the time. Tell yourself that, talk to yourself that about that. And that's what you'll draw into your life. It's funny when you talk about AI, because I was at the gym and someone asked me, "Oh, are you afraid of AI in your business? I mean, they're going to be taking over and blah, blah, blah." And I said, "You know what? Never." Because I'll tell you what, it's not the mortgage industry, the whole real estate industry. Some people, I guess, think it's easy, and maybe they had one great easy transaction, but and I love those. I absolutely love those. But I think these days it's all about problem solving for people. And they need us. And that got me to thinking, w- we know as much as we know. The regular person out there that's looking for a home, they need financing ideas, they don't know what's really out there. They rely on us. We are the experts. So guess who's in control? I feel like we still need to be in control, not in a bad way, but to help people in this industry with financing, with, even as a realtor. I feel like if I was a realtor, I would get them prepared for what they need to get ready for the financing, and it's not the same for everybody, of course. I don't need tax returns on everyone. And actually, frankly, sometimes I don't even need pay stubs or W-2s for someone to qualify for a home. Just talked to somebody yesterday, and I actually got their tax returns. I'm like, well, we're going to have to go to plan B. But AI is never going to think of this kind of stuff. They need us. And so we really need to be in control and be in charge to guide them and let them know. And you can always let people know that this is an absolute must, that they talk to a loan officer, hopefully me or Bill, and to help them navigate through whatever their goal is, whatever their end goal is. This guy that came to me, that was referred to me yesterday, he's thinking, "Oh, my tax returns, are going to be fine. I've been self-employed for a year and a half. I'll be making a lot of money. Maybe I don't now, maybe I didn't in 2024, but this year's going to be great." And lenders don't take future income. However, there is an option for him. Okay. Could be bank statement program. It could be a DSCR program. And for those of you who don't know what the DSCR program is, that's a no qualifying program for investment purchases only, as long as the estimated rent can cover the principal, interest, taxes, and insurance payment. That typically works. But we also have programs where it really doesn't matter what the rent is. It's called a no ratio. So we know this stuff. Like, we know stuff. that can help people and at least myself, because I've been doing this for 30 years. And when people start talking to me, the wheels start spinning, and I start thinking of programs that might assist them. Okay. So but when you're talking to a potential buyer, do you ask them questions? Are you in the driver's seat? You should be asking questions, and you should be taking notes feverishly. That's what I do when I talk to somebody. I might ask them one question in the beginning. What's your goal? Tell me what you want to try to achieve. And they just talk and talk and talk. And I'm writing notes, because every little bit of information is going to help me. Whether you think or, whether you think what they're telling you is going to help in any way or not, write it down. And also ask them if they're a veteran, because that could be a great option for them too. There's just so many things. Make sure that your buyers know how important it is to talk to us before you start going out there looking at property for them. So anyway, we're here to help, and we have great ideas. And also there's another great one. I mean, someone could buy a 2 to 4 unit structure, owner occupied, with as little as 3.5% down. These are just ideas. And the amount of ideas, I mean, call me if you want ideas too. I'll help you. I've got a ton of flyers to kind of remind you. So anyway, don't hesitate to reach out. I hope you have a great week.
Awesome, Debbie. That's a really good point. So, I think it's, especially, if you're looking for a reason to contact some of your clients, talk to Debbie. And Debbie's got great ideas, and she can share, great reasons to call your clients and to, provide them this valuable information. So good point, Debbie. All right, well, let's move swiftly into our feature presentation today. So let me share my graphic with you guys that I created for you. So a lot of different ways to use ChatGPT and OpenAI in your real estate business. We're only going to go through a few, but at the end, I'm going to give you a link to a really cool source that I found that has a lot of information about using ChatGPT for real estate. But let's just go through a few of them. So the first one is pretty obvious, and I don't know why you wouldn't do this. So writing listing descriptions is a great use of ChatGPT, because writing listing descriptions is, can be tedious, and you write 50 of them, and you kind of run out of ideas sometimes. So why not use ChatGPT? So step-by-step instructions that you guys can take and use this today is, first of all, of course, describe the house exterior style and features. And you can just literally, put in a list of them. And so you don't have to worry about, talking about them. So you can put a list of those features, both exterior, and then you can also describe the interior styles and features. And don't worry about the language when you're doing that. Just list them out, right? And then describe the floor plan. And you can also describe the ideal buyer that would be looking for this kind of property. You can also describe the neighborhood. And then what you'll be able to do is after all that, you'll be able to, put that all together. And sometimes you're going to take some of the things that ChatGPT spits out. Sometimes you're not. And you can weed through that, but then you're going to come up with your own, version of what ChatGPT spits out. And sometimes it's just absolutely perfect. Sometimes it's not. So here would be an example of, a prompt that you could write into ChatGPT, and then we'll go ahead and we'll do this, and I'll show you how it works. So the prompt would be, write a 400-word property description for a 3,289 square foot, 5-bedroom, 4-bath residential home in Santa Monica, California 90402. The house was built in 1952, comes with central air, 3-car garage. It also has wooden floors, a chef-style kitchen, and main bedroom with a walk-in closet. And of course you can augment this. You can put in more, things that are specific to that property. The main selling points of this home are gated community, beautiful pool, spectacular views. The aim of the description is to sell the home with a kind but confident tone. So there's a lot to be said on telling ChatGPT, what kind of tone or what kind of, angle you want to take for this. So we're literally just going to copy this, and I'm going to come over to my ChatGPT. There we go. And so to interact with ChatGPT, you'll just go to openai.com. You can create a free account, and depending on how much you use it, they have, of course they'll want to charge you at some point. But if you're starting out, you can just do you can just create a free account, and it's pretty easy to use. So what you'll do is you'll go to this playground area, and you'll put in that in here. So I'm going to paste what we just put in, or you can write it in. This is the area we'll just write in and see whatever you want. Now, you want to make sure that, you increase the max tokens. That's, how long this is going to be. And so that's kind of an important little pro tip. Just make sure, otherwise it'll, spit out something maybe shorter, but also dictate how many words you want that property description to be. So, you don't want a massive property description, but you want something that's concise and good. So we're going to click the little run deal, and it's going to spit it out for us, guys. Just like that. I mean, how cool is that? So now you've got and let's just, check it out. Welcome to your dream home, located in the heart of Santa Monica's prestigious 9040 zip code. This stunning 3,289 square foot, 5-bedroom, 4-bath residence nestled within a secure and exclusive gated community is an oasis of luxury and comfort. Built in 1952 and thoughtfully updated, this home perfectly marries classic charm with modern convenience. I mean, this is pretty damn good. And especially, for those of you, we have many agents that English is your second language. So this is a fantastic tool for you guys, because I speak Spanish fairly fluently, but writing in Spanish and, coming up with things that sound, good to the native ear is very difficult for me. So I would, definitely think that would be the same thing for you guys, where, English is not your first language. So really great use to just go in and do this, right? So that is, literally step by step on how you can use ChatGPT to write your property descriptions. So how easy was that, guys? That was not hard, huh? So the next thing that you can use ChatGPT to do is, and again, there's just literally an infinite number of ways you can use ChatGPT. So the second thing that is a great tip is to do a custom check-in for a homeowner in your farm. So you can get homeowner information from working with DJ Bibb at Fidelity, and he can provide you with, all the different homeowner information for the people in your farm. So a check-in is just something that you can drop in to someone either with a text or an email or even a physical postcard, and you can. And in this case, what you'll do is you'll find that home on Google Maps. Then you will, search, put the address in, and you'll switch to satellite view, and then you'll take a clear shot of the property. Then you're going to drop that image into ChatGPT, use a prompt like write a friendly check-in message for a homeowner at 123 Main Street, include recent local market trends, and offer to provide an updated home report, right? And it'll most likely spit out a good call to action, all the things that you'll want. Then step 3 is you will send that as an email, text, or postcard. So the way it works is you'll attach that image, send the message, and then that grabs their attention because they're seeing their house, right? So anything that is specific to them is way more provoking and provocative than, just some general, real estate cold call or, a cold message, right? So that is a very good way to grab their attention. And so let me just show you really quick how that first part works, because it's pretty important, and you may not be that savvy with this stuff. So let's just go ahead and let's go and do a quick search. So we're going to go to Google, put in the property address. So we'll put in 329 Dartmoor, Laguna Beach. So that pulls this up. Click on the map. It'll pull up the map, and this is now the this is basically a Google Earth shot, right? And so you'll just scroll in to the property, and you can do one of two things. You can, take a screenshot of this particular, thing. They'll be like, oh, well, that's my house, right? And so for screenshots, I use something called, there's a ton of different, screenshot software that you can download for free. I'm sure many of you have them already on your computer, but if you don't, TechSmith has a capture feature. So go to techsmith.com, and they have, it's literally just called capture. And so you'll click on your little capture button. You'll take a little grab of this, and you click the little camera button, and then you can save it. And I know the save went onto a different screen on my computer, but you'll just save it to your desktop or to a file in your computer. Just save it to your downloads if you want. And then you will use that to create this communication. So super easy to do. If you're confused, you can of course contact me and we can go through it together. So that is another example of how you can use ChatGPT very simply. And you're gonna, oops, didn't get the right screen share here. One sec. Very simply, and you're gonna be able to streamline what you're doing and not spend so much time, trying to come up with all this stuff, right, on your own. It can be daunting. There's a lot that, we have to do as agents, and, we're always busy. So really good idea to, utilize these tools. So the next thing that we'll talk about is using ChatGPT to create drip campaigns for leads. So I've been working with a lot of our agents with the Sierra Interactive system, and the Sierra Interactive system doesn't really come with great standardized drip campaigns that you can just drop in, but way better to use ChatGPT and come up with your own. That way you can tell ChatGPT the style and the language that you want to use. Because you can get very individualized in this stuff. So one thing that you could do is, and these are just, example prompts that you can literally, copy and paste into ChatGPT. So create an introductory email to a new subscriber, right? So somebody comes to you're doing some form of marketing, you're doing, Google ads, and somebody comes to your website, and of course you want them to get an immediate response, right? So, we're going to use ChatGPT now to create an introductory email to a new subscriber. And we're going to highlight exclusive property listings in the preferred neighborhood, or we can compose a mid-campaign email to a client, updating them on new listings. that match their criteria. Or we can design a final follow-up email for a client who hasn't responded, right? So there's tons of different things that we can use. So you can also ask ChatGPT to create a multi-month drip campaign. So one thing that our agents do quite well is they'll do monthly newsletters, but it would be a great idea to also, to augment that, to have these other, drip campaign emails that will go out that will cover other various topics. So here's an example. Compose a 12-month drip email campaign for real estate agents to engage with their clients and potential buyers. Each email should align with the following monthly themes. So please ensure that each email is engaging, offers value, and includes call to action tailored to the monthly theme. So in this example, you could provide the themes yourself, or you can just ask ChatGPT to give you the content ideas for a 12-month drip campaign. So here's the ideas that I received when I put that in. So welcome new subscribers, introduce our services, highlight key properties. Month 2, and this is really cool because in our Sierra system, we have the ability to either start just have them part of our newsletters, and those don't have a start date, but in the settings, when we sign up somebody to this new drip campaign, they can start at month 1 can start for somebody in February, and month 1 can also start for somebody in March. So it can start based on when that person signed up for your newsletter or when you assign them to that drip campaign, right? So it's a very, very cool idea that someone would get this succession of emails for 12 months, and they would be able to, and in this specific example, this one is more geared towards, okay, month 1 is January, and then it comes into holiday, in month 10, and winter home care tips and recap. So this one would be more, it would be more conducive to having it start, not really having a start date, but having somebody that is assigned to this drip campaign. It will go into their inbox based on when we started this. So I know that's a little confusing, but those of you that do have the Sierra interactive system, there is that little button that you push. Do you want to start it with a specific start date, or do you want to start it when that person was assigned to the actual drip campaign? So 2 different ways to do it. But this is an easy way to do that. Also, you can create a compelling email subject line. So just having the drip campaigns, it will give you a subject line, but you can also use ChatGPT to create those email subject lines separately. So here's an example. First impressions matter, and in the email world, that means nailing the subject line. So ChatGPT is like a creative friend who always knows what to say to get people's attention. With its assistance, you can craft catchy and relevant subject lines that make recipients want to click and read more. So we all know, I get over 300 emails a day. So we all know that if that subject line doesn't speak to you, it's going right in the trash, right? So helping or having ChatGPT help us with creating these really important and these really, catchy subject lines, that's the thing that's going to spark the curiosity, right? So here's an example of some prompts that you can put into ChatGPT. Generate a subject line for an email offering a first look at a new property listing. Or write a subject line for an email about a price reduction on a luxury condo. So let's just go ahead and let's put one of these into ChatGPT. And again, the more specific you are, the better. So we're going to copy this. Let me share my other screen with you. We're on our little playground. And so I'm going to paste this in, and let's put in the specifics. So at 329 Dartmoor. And yes, I am pecking with one wing. It is a little difficult to type without two hands, but we're going to get it done.
Kevin, you're back at junior high school.
Exactly, right? All right, so Dartmoor, Laguna Beach. Yeah, well, at least in high school, Bill, I was, pecking with two little things. And if you can imagine, having to do capitals and do the shift, I'm getting really good at that with one hand. So all great stuff that I'm learning.
New skill set. Yep.
That I never wanted. So we're gonna click run. And it's going to pop out that exclusive first look, stunning new listing at 329 Dartmoor, Laguna Beach, right? So it's going to, give us, without us having to think about it, it's going to pop out these subject lines, right? So let's do one more. Let's create a subject line for an invitation to a VIP tour of a new development. And we can keep it general like this too. Exclusive invitation, VIP tour of our newest development awaits you. It's like, all right, I wouldn't have maybe thought of that, but it's a different, way to, approach it, right? So super, without us, having to put that brain power into this, it's just so easy to just throw this, throw it in there, see what ChatGPT comes up with. And we can either augment it and use different things, or we can say, you know what, that didn't look good. Or we can, try it again. And we can do things like, you put the prompt in and then say, make it exciting or make it provocative, or you can put in other things into the prompt to make sure that it comes out with something that we really like. So the fourth way that we can use this, and I've been working with our last Wednesday, we went over cold call scripts. So you can also use the ChatGPT system to help you create cold call scripts. So here's a really cool deal that you can put into ChatGPT. Create a persuasive cold calling script to connect with homeowners interested in selling their property quickly. Mention the current demand for properties in their area and benefits of listing with Alta Realty Group. Create a persuasive cold calling script to connect with homeowners interested in selling their property quickly. Mention the current demand for properties in their area. And of course, you'll put the areas in specifically. And the benefits of listing with Alta Realty Group. Create a persuasive cold calling script to connect with homeowners interested in selling their property quickly, right? Mention the current demand for properties in their area and the benefits of listing with Alta Realty Group. Or we can also do create a persuasive cold calling script to connect with homeowners interested in selling their property. So we can, put in all these different things into the ChatGPT prompt, and it'll spit out whatever we're looking for. So we'll just do one more little example. I'm going to copy that, put that into ChatGPT. I'm going to share that screen with you.
Kevin, does the ChatGPT if it's on your desktop or your laptop, is it come up as like a, like an accessory or like a,
Oh,
does it live there, or you just have to pull it up off the browser?
I just pull it up off the browser.
Okay.
Just in my Google Chrome browser, I've got it saved right here. And so, yeah, super easy. And again, you just make a free account. It'll, have you sign up, you'll have a username, password, and then boom, there you go. So you can see this thing is spitting out a ton of information for us. And now we have a fantastic cold calling script of, how we can interact with our buyers and sellers. In this case, sellers. So, hi, John Smith. My name is Kevin Lauren. I'm reaching out from Alta Realty Group. How are you today? And then, it's like build rapport, right? I hope I'm not catching you at a bad time. I understand you might be busy, so I'll be brief. I wanted to chat with you about an incredible opportunity given the current real estate market in your area. That's provocative, right? We told it to be provocative or persuasive. And then we're going to identify the need. We've been noticing quite a high demand for properties in your neighborhood, which is fantastic news for homeowners like you who might be considering selling. Buyers are actively seeking homes, and there aren't enough on the market to meet their needs. At Alta Realty Group, we've developed streamlined processes that help homeowners sell their properties quickly and efficiently. So you can see that this is just spit out some pretty darn good scripts for us to use. And again, scripts are good. What we want to do is we want to quasi memorize these scripts and put our own, spin on them. So, but really, really good stuff, So I want you guys to do one favor for me. Go to openai.com and create a free account. That's your homework for today, and mess around with it. So, and then the last thing I'll show you is that resource that I told you about. That resource is a website that I came across, and it's called Realty Crux. And so I'm going to give this to you guys. Of course, all of these notes will be given to you guys in the replay, but I'm also going to put this into the chat. And this is a really cool thing that you guys can use to get other ideas about using AI for real estate. So that is the end of our presentation. Bill, any big takeaways from our AI webinar today?
Yeah, there's a couple here. Number one, the reason why we send out the replay is so you can listen to this again, because for me, this was something that I probably will go back and listen to myself later today or tonight when I'm kind of finished up with my things, because I was listening to, obviously I'm involved with some of the mortgage and the finance stuff on, in that department with Debbie and some of our mortgage loan officers as well. And so there's, weekly, meetings and messages that come out from, especially United Wholesale. They do a really good job of sending out, weekly. He calls it fast break. He's a former basketball player with Michigan State, and so he likes to coordinate everything with basketball, so he calls it the weekly fast break. And the thing that he talked about last week was United Wholesale has their own UWM GPT type thing, so you can type in what is the Fannie Mae requirement for self-employed borrowers less than 2 years, and you can literally it'll shoot out the guideline to the loan officer, and you can find out without really quickly what is the requirement, and if it fits your scenario. And what he was saying, and Matt's a young guy, he's probably in his early 40s, is this AI world is changing very fast, and adoption and adaptation is going to be mandatory if we're going to thrive in this business. And like Debbie said earlier, it's not going to replace us, because there's that human element that AI and artificial intelligence cannot do and cannot touch and give those human components. But the reality is, if we're not at least attempting to incorporate this into our daily lives and our daily business, we are going to get left behind on some level. There's going to be the young agent that's going to put the summary together and make their summaries or their descriptions look better, or they're going to do something that's going to make them shine brighter. And so if we're not using this technology, or at least trying to, I think there is the chance that we will get left behind in some capacity. So we really have to embrace it and not be afraid of it. While it does make me a little uncomfortable, I'll be honest. I'm just not, I'm coming up on 51. Was not raised on this. A lot of us are probably in that age bracket, or a little older, a little younger, but it is something that it's reality. It's here to stay. It's only going to get more pervasive. And so, at least starting to bring it in, adopt it a little bit, will help us, kind of gradually move into it and not be scared of it.
For sure. And that's, a big takeaway is I don't want you guys to be afraid of this stuff. I show you guys these things for a reason. It's not that daunting if you have a digital Sherpa, kind of holding your hand and showing you how to use it. So I hope that you guys take that advice and create your accounts and just start messing around with it. And if you have questions, I'm here for you. So
I mean, what I used to think. I consider myself actually a pretty good writer. Like I'm like, it's one thing I'm actually pretty good at. But it's like it's hard to beat what that's spitting out. You know what I mean? It's like, and then the efficiency of it. Like, oh, it might take me 45 minutes to write a property description that I'm pretty happy with. You know what I mean? When this is going to do it in less than 5 minutes or whatever. Once you type in your keywords, it's going to do it in less than 30 seconds. So, it's also an efficiency thing, right? It's like, am I going to sit on my computer and revise my description, my 500 word description over an hour versus getting it done in literally less than 5 minutes?
That's the huge takeaway, Bill, because of course we all can write these things, but streamlining your business, that's just like a huge overall theme that we have here at Alta Realty Group is streamline your business, do things that take less time, but still provide these, amazing quality results. So you're absolutely right. We got to use this technology to get these things done quickly, move on to the next thing, and boom, 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 keep it moving, right?
Time is money. And so, that being said, that was a great training, Kevin. That's something that we probably all want to review and go back and listen again. And we'll get some more absorption on all that stuff. I think next week we're going to have Jordan Phillips, that is an expert in 1031 exchanges, right? He's coming on.
Yes.
And so that is a good one. For those of you that aren't familiar with 1031 exchanges, Jordan Phillips is an expert, and he is a great resource for you guys. One, just to understand what the tax deferment and tax rules are for your clients that are maybe moving out of state or moving up in upleg properties in buying units or apartments or whatever investment properties. He'll give you a great kind of first layer of understanding. I've used him before with one of my clients, and I've recommended him to several Alta agents. So that will be something you guys want to be on next week. Once again, for any of the 1099 issues, Kevin will put Abidon's email into the replay. You can always reach him through our corporate line if you don't have his direct line. And I want to thank everybody that is here staying connected with us, because this is where we all stay connected.
Well, Bill, thanks for those great insights. Appreciate that. And I want you guys to, these are just we're scraping the surface with ChatGPT and the things that we covered, but I want you guys to click on that link that I put into the chat. I'll also include it in the replay. And I want you guys to think outside the box and come up with ways that you want to use ChatGPT and AI in your business. So thanks a lot for being on our webinar again, and we look forward to having you guys next week. So get out there, make it a great week, and make it a productive week, and we'll see you all on the webinar next Wednesday.